all, and welcome to Comp 1, the dual credit class between ECC and Union High School. As you probably know, this is the first time that we've done dual credit this way, so this is kind of a pilot semester, and we look forward to making it work really well, hopefully, for all of you. My name is Lee Kolb. You can call me Lee or Ms. Kolb. And Ms. Monteleone and I will be kind of working together and communicating to make sure that you all have what you need. If you're not familiar with Moodle, for some reason I think that you might be in the Union School District, be sure to kind of get into our class and click around and make sure everything kind of starts to feel comfortable. We will be going week by week in this class, and weeks will go from Wednesday to Wednesday. So oftentimes things will be due on Sunday night and Wednesday at noon. Sometimes first drafts or essays will be due on Friday as well. So for example, in the forums, your first reply is due Sunday by midnight, and then your reply to a classmate is due by Wednesday at noon. So just be really conscious of due dates and the assignments that follow us week by week, and it will seem more comfortable and make more sense as we go on. This first week is just kind of getting our sea legs and making sure everything is comfortable and makes sense. So for this week, as you jump into the class, I'd like for you to be sure to look at all of the materials that I've given you up at the very top of the class. Typically, at the top of our Moodle page, I'll have kind of a weekly schedule of what some of the major things are happening that week, and always there will be all of those supplementary resources and references, like the online website at Purdue, our syllabus, PowerPoint about formatting your papers, just some things that you might need to come back to and look at throughout the semester. Specifically, look at the references sheet for your little brown handbook. I made that up so you kind of have that as a guide to know where some of the most useful spots in your little brown handbook are that you'll need to use throughout the semester. I encourage you to maybe tab your book, use little sticky notes so it's really easy to reference some of those sections. So again, just kind of look around, get your bearings, make sure everything kind of makes sense. For this first week, the first thing that I'd like for you to do after you look at those resources is to introduce yourselves in the introduction forum. I've started a post, and I'd like for you to reply to that post. Don't start a new subforum, and introduce yourself. I know that you all know each other, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you all as well. So what activities you're involved in, if you're planning on going to college, where you think you might go, what you might major in. Let's just use that forum to practice posting in the forum and also get to know one another. In terms of your forum posts, something else that I have linked up at the top of the class is a very kind of short and sweet how to do forum posts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Throughout the semester, the forums, the discussions are a very big part of this class, where we will discuss the readings from our book, and also where we will do peer review and you'll respond to your classmates' essays. And I've kind of shown you how a good example, how you want to be responding in those forum posts. Use proper grammar and punctuation and capitalization. Quote the text and use in-text citations. If that sounds a little unfamiliar, that's something that we'll be working on this semester, but it's something that we'll be working toward doing that in forums. Please don't use emoticons and text speak and anything that you wouldn't do in an essay. Try not to do in the forums. You'll be graded for your participation and posts, so do them professionally. So do the introductions and also look at the assignment for this next week. You have kind of two things that you'll be doing. The first one is reading and discussing the readings. So you have 3 readings from your Sound Ideas book. Everyone is important, original, and has something important to say. I screwed that up. Everyone is talented, original, and has something important to say. Shitty First Drafts, and The Vocabulary of Comics. So you'll read those, and in the forum for the first week's readings, each of those texts has a subforum where I've given you a few discussion questions. You'll go in to each individual subforum, choose one of the discussion questions, and reply in that forum answering that question. So indicate which number you've chosen and then reply. You'll do that by Sunday at midnight for all 3 readings. And then by next Wednesday at noon, you'll go into each reading and respond to at least one classmate. So please work on doing that and trying to get in meaningful conversations in those discussion forums. So do that, and then also please look at the Common Writing Errors handout that I've provided and the PowerPoint that goes with it. The PowerPoint is a little dry, but something very useful about that PowerPoint is I've given you pages that correspond in your Little Brown Handbook for where to go to troubleshoot those common writing errors. So that, again, might be something useful to mark in your Little Brown Handbook so you know where to go if you have, a hard time with apostrophes, you know where to look for reference materials. And then there's a quiz in response to the common writing errors. So you have this week readings, discussion, and a quiz that responds to other readings of materials that you will do. So we're jumping right in, and starting next week, we will get into kind of the thematic part of our class where we start talking about education, and we'll read some writing and watch a video dealing with education, personal education, our educational system in general, and we will go from there. Throughout the semester, we will talk about some very interesting topics and the writing and rhetoric that is related to those topics. So, the first essay that you'll write in here is a descriptive narrative, a personal first-person essay, but after that, our focus will be on argument, analyzing argument, rhetoric, logical fallacies, all that really good stuff. So get ready to learn a lot, read a lot, discuss a lot, and I'll look forward to, again, getting to know you all and work with you. You'll see on the syllabus that I have office hours, and I can certainly have more time in the week than that where I can meet with people. So if you ever want to come to the college and meet with me, that is great, especially when we start writing essays. If you want to meet one-on-one or even have a small study group come, that would be absolutely fine. So just let me know if you ever need anything. Email me, call me, set up an appointment, or come by my office, and we'll go from there. So I think that's all I have for this week. Most weeks I will upload a little video like this, and I know that it's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch someone talk for 10 minutes, but I found that for online students it's typically helpful to have kind of a human voice explaining things. So jump right in and know that in this first week we're still kind of getting used to things and getting used to the format of the class, but do your best and let me know if you need anything. Have a great week.